So I've been thinking a lot about purpose because I work with people, and I will put myself in this category as well, where we want to move into our potential, we want to live into our purpose. And I was reflecting on this the other day, and I realized that what purpose might mean for some of us could be different for others. So here's my purpose, and I just want to share this with you because I don't think it's how we normally talk about purpose. For me, if I look through the history of my life, I opted in for doing things the hard way. I just did not go the conventional route on much. Um, Whether it was, I don't know, going to college right away, I didn't do that. I worked at a gas station for 3 years. I thought I was going to be, my big aspiring dream was to be a Chevron gas station owner in Sacramento. And that changed. And then I went to school, and what I was realizing along the way, and this happened early, maybe I didn't even realize it, but along the way, I was living with a combination of things internally. I was living with anxiety. I was questioning myself. I wasn't sure about myself. I was second guessing everything. And then there was also a level of depression, of I went through some dark times for sure. And I was depressed, and I actually thought that there was no capacity within me to feel happiness again. Like it really felt like that part of me was absent, and it was going to be forever. And I just kind of like had this acceptance about that until I started looking around and I realized that other people were happy. Other people seemed to be enjoying their lives. They didn't seem to be suffering every minute of the day like I was. So I started making some changes. But coming back to purpose, I think I'm here on this planet in this lifetime to understand myself. And what that means is going through some really hard times, because we're not really going to learn who we are unless we're tested, unless we're kind of put through the fire, which is why the Rising Phoenix is my logo. It is something I believe in, to where if you turn up the heat and you apply some pressure and maybe even beat on that metal a little bit, right? Because I've talked about myself as being tempered steel, because I just feel like I've been beaten along this path. But what's happened on the other side of that is I know myself better. I'm stronger for it. I'm actually more flexible without breaking for it. And so my purpose has been to know myself deeply. And in my 50s now, I can say I'm finally coming to that place where I trust myself. I know myself. I like myself. I'm less judgmental here as well as out there. I have a lot more compassion and empathy for what's going on in the world, especially when I don't agree with it. So it makes me take pause and slow down and really reflect on what is happening right now. Who am I right now? Back to my purpose, really knowing myself. So when your purpose, if this resonates for you, if your purpose is to know yourself, then your path might be harder than others. It might feel harder than others. And who knows what's going on out there? We have no idea what's happening with other people. But you know what's happening with you. And if your purpose is to know yourself, then you're going to have to go through some stuff to be able to figure out who that is. And you will have to be open to change, and you will be challenged in the ways that you view the world, the ways you view yourself, and that's good. And what that does is bring a sense of stability and calm internally when you come through the other side. And so that's my little spiel for today is, oh, you know what? Actually, what I will add, because my purpose is knowing myself, I did not get on the fast track to a profession. I did not decide what I was going to do when I grew up. And I'll tell you, there's some downsides to that, and there's no right way to do this, right? There's no right way to live this life. There's only the way that's right for you. And so for me, it was taking big risks. It was putting my trust into people who did not deserve it. It was moving into remote locations and living in a culture that was completely different from what I was familiar with. That discomfort, that remoteness, man, I really had to learn about myself. And it wasn't overnight, and it wasn't easy. And yeah, there's so much. We are these vast volumes of a book, right? That goes on and on and on. And your story continues to unfold, and you continue to evolve, and your character arc hopefully continues, and you just become more you. So when people tell me, I want to live into my potential, I want to live into my purpose, that is for you to decide what it is. But buckle up, baby, because that is a ride that is going to be bumpy and challenging. But man, I'll tell you, it is worth it. It's so worth it. All right, so have fun adventuring. Be kind to yourself. You are where you are. Each step takes you to where you're going. So just know that you are on your path, not anybody else's. All right, much love.